Hi student, today we are going to discuss about motion of system of particles and rigid bodies. Introduction of motion of system of particles. Most of objects that we come across in our day-to-day life consists of large number of particles. Okay, you already know any object have large number of particles. In last chapter we study about the motion of the object, only the bulk objects of motions. But in this chapter we study about the particles of motion, because these bulk bodies are made up of particles. So we study the motion of collection of particles as a whole. So, we define the concept of center of mass to deal with such a system of particles. The force acting on these bulk bodies are classified into internal and external forces. Internal forces are the forces acting among the particles within a system that constitute the body. External forces are the forces acting on the particles of a system from outside. External force act on a particle that is outside of the body, but internal force is internally it will act. We deal with some system of particles which make different rigid bodies. What is a rigid body? A rigid body is the one which maintains its definite and fixed shape even when an external force acts on it. This means the interatomic distance do not change in a rigid body when an external force is applied. When external force is applied, the body's shape and size are not changed. That is a rigid body. So, we have bodies which are not rigid, ideally rigid in practically, because the shape and size of a body change when forces act on it. For the rigid bodies we study here, we assume that such deformations are negligible. The deformations produced on non-rigid bodies, produce non-rigid bodies are studied separately. And then next chapter, that is center of mass. When a rigid body moves, all particles that constitute the body need not take the same path depending on the type of motion. Different particles of the body may take different paths. For example, when a wheel rolls on a surface, the path of the center point of the wheel and the path of other points of the wheel are different. Okay, you see this one. This is a center point. This one is a center point. Okay, the brown color is a center point. That is center of mass. And this also, in this case. Center of mass, that is center of mass is positive x direction. It move a positive x direction, but in the case of what is the other end of the particles, see this one, this is center of mass. Okay, this is positive, move it a positive x direction, the force direction, but this point, this blue point, move all direction, all different direction. Okay, do you understand this one? All different direction. Okay, it move all different direction. Okay. That is so we study about the translation and rotation, the combination of these motions of rigid bodies. Center of mass of rigid body. When a bulk object is thrown at an angle, okay, this one. So, all points of the body take a parabolic path. Only the center of mass of the body takes the parabolic path. Okay, only one point, and all other points take different paths. The one point that takes the parabolic path is very special point called center of mass of the body. So, the center of the mass of a body is defined as a point where the entire mass of a body appears to be concentrated. Define center of mass. This is a 2-mark question. Mark it. Center of mass of a body is defined as a point where the entire mass of the body appears to be concentrated. Okay, therefore this point can be represented the entire body. For bodies of regular shape and uniform mass distribution, the center of mass is at the geometric center of the body. Example for this one is circle and sphere. Circle's center of mass is the geometric center of the circle and sphere. Okay, so the center of mass is at their centers for square and rectangle. At the point their diagonals meet. The diagonal square and rectangle, the diagonal meet point is the center of mass. For cube and cuboid, it is at the point where their body diagonals meet. Okay, for other bodies, the center of mass to be determined using some methods. So, the center of mass could be well within the body and in some cases outside the body as well. The next one, center of mass for distributed point masses. A point mass is a hypothetical point particle which has non-zero mass and no size or shape. To find the center of mass for a collection of n point masses, that is m1, m2, m3, mn. Okay, so you already know the rigid body have large number of particles, that mass is considered as m1, m2, m3, mn, etc. To first you choose an origin. Okay, this one origin. Okay, m1, m2, m3. At the origin, the distance from the particle m1 is r1 and m2 is r2 and the RCM is the center of mass of the particle, and m3 is r3 and m4 is r4. The distance between m4 and origin is r4. Okay, or x1, x2, x3, etc. X coordinates, take a x coordinates. Then xcm equal to x coordinate, you take x coordinate, so xcm equal to summation mi xi divided by summation mi. Summation mi is the total mass m of the particle. That means mi equal to m1 plus m2 plus m3 etc. that is equal to capital M. So xcm equal to summation mi xi divided by m. This is a 3-mark question, mark it. Similarly, we can also find the y and x z coordinate of the center of mass for these distributed point masses. That is YCM equal to summation MIYI divided by capital M, and ZCM equal to summation MIZI divided by capital M. Okay. Hence the position of center of mass of these point masses in a Cartesian coordinate system is XCM, YCM, ZCM. Okay. So the position of center of mass can be written in vector form. RCM vector equal to summation Mi Ri vector divided by capital M. So RCM vector equal to, you already know, XCM I cap plus YCM J cap plus ZCM K cap is the position vector of the center of mass, and Ri vector equal to Xi I cap plus Yi J cap plus Zi K cap is the position vector of the distributed point mass, where I, J, K are unit vectors along XYZ axis. Center of mass of 2 point masses. This is a 5-mark question and 3-mark question. With the equations for center of mass, that is XCM equal to summation Mi Xi divided by summation Mi. Let us find the center of mass of 2 point masses M1 and M2, which are at positions x1 and x2 respectively on the x-axis. We can express the position of center of mass in the following 3 ways. That is based on the choice of the coordinate system. When the masses are on positive x-axis, so M1, M2 are the masses at the distance from origin is x1 and x2 on the positive x-axis. The center of mass will also be on the positive x-axis. XCM equal to M1 x1 plus M2 x2 divided by M1 plus x2. When the origin coincides with any one of the masses, okay, see this diagram, coincide, M1 is coincide at origin, okay. So the calculation could be minimized if the origin of the coordinate system is made up of coincide with any one of masses. So XCM M1 into 0 plus M2 x2 divided by M1 plus M2. So you get XCM equal to M2 x2 divided by M1 plus M2. When the origin coincides with the center of mass itself, okay, this one, center of mass itself. So M1 is minus x1 direction, but M2 is plus x2 direction from the origin. So XCM becomes 0. The mass M1 is found to be the negative x-axis. Then hence its position x1 is negative minus x1. So substitute the value for that. 0 equal to M1 minus x1 plus M2 x2 divided by M1 plus M2. So M1 plus M2 is multiplied in the left hand side. So you get left hand side becomes 0. So 0 equal to M1 into minus x1 plus M2 into x2. So M1 x1 equal to M2 x2. Okay, this is the principle of moments. You already know this equation is the principle of moments. Then center of mass for uniform distribution of mass. If the mass is uniformly distributed in a bulk object, then a small mass delta m of the body can be treated as a point mass, and the summations can be done to obtain the expression for the coordinates of the center of mass. So XCM equal to summation delta mi xi divided by summation delta mi. So XCM equal to summation delta mi yi divided by summation delta mi. ZCM equal to sigma delta mi Zi divided by sigma delta mi. This is the XYZ coordinate system of center of masses. And then if the small mass taken is infinitesimally small, so dm, then you write xcm equal to integral x dm divided by integral dm, ycm equal to integral y dm divided by dm, and zcm equal to integral z dm divided by integral dm.